and night is starting to come as the moons make their way into the sky. As you all find yourselves in the port, ready to be lifted. The water is like sarcastically slow. It's coming down so slow. The people working the station here could not be more apologetic. Like they've obviously been doing this all day, but you just keep sorry.
Plato does that dad thing of like almost sort of trying to talk shop with them because he's a guy who has to deal with maintenance of waterways pretty regularly, and it's like one of his few area of expertises. So he's like doing that thing where his hands are on his hips. He's kind of looking at it like, oh, yeah, that'll happen. Oh, rock slides, the worst, the worst. Were you diverted entirely? Was it a half diversion? Have you managed to get your pressure up to normal again, or are you having to facilitate? What's happening?
Sherrilyn's leaned his shoulder or an elbow on the railing, like just like leaning off the side, completely disinterested. She's heard way too much talk about this shit today already.
They're kind of just responding generally for a little bit, but then after a second or two, you seem to actually like know what you're talking about. Roll me a persuasion check here, just kind of generally, yeah, let's do persuasion. I like doing focus checks instead of a general charisma.
And for me, I don't think I get any addition to it, but I am at least charismatic. 15 plus 3, 17. Oh wait, 18.
18. This has been a conversation that they've been having with each other all day, and you've kind of entered it heated. Like they're heated, and you've entered it. And one of them says, "It has to be sabotage, okay? The channel was working perfectly, and then just a massive rock collapse sealed it completely. And we sent in workers and guards, and they have not yet returned safely. And the channel is so dark; it used to be so operable. And the other guys, hey, things happen, okay? Natural disasters happen. Stop being so paranoid."
What is your inspection rotation? You do monthly, bi-monthly?
Weekly, we try to maintain the waterways. This was just earlier today.
And you went back through the... Oh, well, I suppose if it was soon. Sometimes when you go back through the reports, you can see that things were not taken care of, but sabotage, that would be of, well, tragedy for the city.
No one's made it out yet to write the report.
I think I'm going to move back over towards the group after receiving this information, especially Francis, and say, well, it is appearing more likely that this might have something to do with our little incident. It seems extremely strange, and at least one of them is saying it's sabotage. An effect on these lifts would cause pretty bad economic trouble for the city.
I dare say Sir Thon has barely removed his eyes from that child.
I am keeping a wary eye on everyone, but I did think of something, Plato. As we were passing the guard towers, weren't the Triton folk laughing at something?
I suppose so. I thought that was just that you were announced as being very royal, but perhaps it was something else.
No, that seems laughable.
Perhaps. But also, you and Rourke have repeatedly mentioned that this place does not take kindly to higher status people.
No, the Kingfishers will be operating here. Anti-royalists, freedmen who believe that the coup did not do enough.
So perhaps it's be less so for my sake and everyone else's sake that we take this incident with a grain of salt and that it is not simply isolated.
For sure, but I don't know that the Kingfishers would sabotage their entire economic system to cause, when royals were coming in, if that's what you're implying.
Especially seeing as this city seems very interested in making money for themselves.
What can be a bigger payout than a ransom?
It would have to be a very large ransom. I think you're giving yourself a bit too much credit.
Not on my behalf. I did not use my family name.
What do you say?
I'm talking about my lovely betrothed wife.
Not wife. Not yet. Not ever.
She sniggers at that, but lets it go. Well, Plato, let me ask you this. Are these Kingfishers solely against Perian royalty or just all royalty?
I think Perian royalty most of all, but any royal member, anything ideologically that they see as a possibility for authoritarianism through the right of blood or divinity, they will get rid of, I assume. Or, as Francis said, at least ransom back to their home country.
And you accuse my people of being a cult.
I mean, this is one group of people who have come up in response to a terrible political situation.
Wait, just real quick. Leilani says, I can't let that pass. Earlier, you referred to all of your people as one collective that all work for each other. Yes, it is a cult. It is fully a cult. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm being quiet now.
Francis kind of just like points at Leilani, just like very nonchalant, like, yeah, that.
Smacks his hand down.
Inara holds out a hand on her sister's shoulder and like trying to calm her down, be like, yes, we know, but we're not getting into this right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Plato.
No, you're all right. I was just about to stumble on how I would describe the Kingfishers. I would not describe them as terrorists. They are acting for the people, for the government in its own way. They just dislike me in particular.
Yes, exactly. We just said the same thing. Although you used the word terrorist, not I. What I'm saying is that all of their ideals are aligned, and never mind.
Darling, if you're trying to justify what your so-called Hierophant has put us through so far, I would keep silent. That is a losing argument.
We have already come to the conclusion that the Hierophant's actions are completely separate from my people. Now, these Kingfishers, they seem like their own organization, and they do seem a bit cult-like. By that logic, perhaps they also have a figurehead that you are aware of?
No, I do not. They are a political organization.
I thought you were very involved in the politics of your country.
Though I am aware of the Kingfishers, I have not been in Netters Ralley too much recently. I spent time here during the coup and after, but the sluice is my home.
Rourke would probably know, or might know someone who knows them.
I mean, yes, he did warn us about them, so I suppose that would be the case, but I don't want to speak any closer to the Kingfishers.
But if we are suspicious that they are the reason that Surthon's life may be in danger, / Lady Inara's, then perhaps keeping a closer eye on these people who are not yet our enemies is a good idea?
Yes, I suppose so, especially since they want to outright kill me. That is a good thing to keep track of. But like I said, I don't think they are responsible for the sabotaging of the lifts. It's just sort of the passive danger that will be posed to them since they were announced on their wedding tour.
Well, then I think the better question is, who has a vested interest in them not working?
That's what I'm saying. No one that I can think of from inside of Netters Ralley. If it's anyone, it would be outside interference. So perhaps this doth wait. I fear the blood seal may be closer than we thought.
I agree with Plato. I feel like this is more related to the events at the peace meet and less to our so-called wedding tour.
We have already put on the disguises as best we can to guard ourselves from the Kingfishers. The best thing to do besides is just keep a low profile.
Low profile is not my forte.
Yes, I would say we should try and ask about the Wayfens and the Triton if we want to know more about this. In terms of, well, not to come up with more lies, but I am an expert of waterway maintenance, so I can present myself as an asset in that regard. But that is only if this is something that we want to see to directly. I would rather make contact with Nori first.
Then let us do that.
Yes, if speaking with your relative is the quickest way for me to get to know you and your family's lands better, then I agree. This is the way we should be doing things.
All right, well, we can think of it that way. Until our business is done here in Netters Ralley, we can't take the vacation to Seekborough you seem so interested in.
Extraordinarily.
The docks are bustling. You guys have arrived in the Nets, the lowest part of the city, the large, probably most dug out and built into this close side, as it was the original building spot here as the city has built up over time. It's just packed full of housing. There's no real laid out structure to where the buildings are arranged. They're all kind of just pushed back and filled up. There's a lot of storefronts that also double as houses. There's also what looks like a Luxorian bazaar kind of set up to the middle here, and the idea of street carts are not that far away. The food are different though than in Luxoria. There are more broths, soups, squid-like things, seafood, bread, heartier bread, all available here. The smells or kind of fill the air, steam fills the air, as this is a domicile area, a business area, and a working area all in one. There's just momentum all around you as folks are pulling up fishing nets, folks are working different mechanical lifts and components, and folks are just living their lives in abundance. You feel completely anonymous in this moment just because of how many people there are around you, how many different types of people there are around you. The one thing making you unique in this moment is that you're all together in your uniqueness, grouped. But you all have arrived in Netters Ralley proper, the air filled with life and excitement, even as night takes over for day. You all have departed the large barge, sending it back down the service to return to Marge and her medium to small-sized barges. You all walk amongst the dock and hear two loud sounds at once. The sound of a group of trident fishermen slamming down a large bag of saberfish, their catch for the day, as well as a crack of thunder, signaling a storm to come. You feel the first drops almost immediately, as rain begins to fill the night sky of Netters Ralley. Where are we all going? What are we all doing as you all arrive to society, to civilization, once again? You all have departed the large barge, sending it back down the service to return to Marge and her medium to small-sized barges. You all walk amongst the dock and hear two loud sounds at once. The sound of a group of trident fishermen slamming down a large bag of saberfish, their catch for the day, as well as a crack of thunder, signaling a storm to come. You feel the first drops almost immediately, as rain begins to fill the night sky of Netters Ralley. Where are we all going? What are we all doing as you all arrive to society, to civilization, once again?
Plato turns his head up to the rain, lets it fall on his brow.
I have an uncomfortable, damp feeling as I'm not wearing water repellent armor for the first time in a long time. I'm very damp in places I'm not usually.
And Francis kind of looks at Plato figuratively and literally soaking in the rain. And like he gives him like a few seconds because he knows of his rain sickness. And it's like, as much as I know you have missed this feeling, I feel as though we are not well suited just to be out in the rain. So, Mr. Davian.
Yeah, I look back at Inara. How does she tolerate rain?
Not great. Her fur's all wet, sticking to her, and she's like looking around, looking down at herself. She's not enjoying it.
What is that smell? Oh. Inara smells like wet cat.
Yep.
Mikkel is holding his jacket above Leilani's head. He's not as tall as her, so he's kind of like standing a little bit on his tippy toes and holding his like pretty formal jacket. It's pretty dirty at this point, but it's still very nice over her and just getting soaking wet behind you all.
Well, at least he's a gentleman.
Mr. Davian.
Oh, good.
Shelter from the rain, if you would be so kind.
Yes, we should make our way towards where Rourke said his penthouse was. It's probably one of, as he mentioned, the higher up structures in the city. But on our way, we should see if there's a tavern we can stop into. It would be good to ask if there have been forces amassing in Netters Ralley or nearby, being that anyone from out of town is generally observed here. Which goes two ways. Try not to stand out too much, and hopefully that means that anyone who's here from out of town to do a blood seal ritual will have made a commotion. So yeah, can we make our way along the nets underneath awning to awning, trying to find like a tavern or a bar?
Yeah. Any specific methodology of looking for this bar? Are we like asking townsfolk? Are we just like physically looking for like a sign? You guys do have a cart. I will say the walkways here are wide. At night, it is a little bit quieter than it was that you saw earlier in the day from your barge, but it is still plentiful, and people do have to move out of the way to make room for your large cart and horses. Like, it is inconvenient to be traveling with them throughout this city space. There's definitely going to be pathways as you navigate, especially if you're headed towards like Rourke's penthouse and birdhouse. It might be hard to get this cart and horses through the city proper. It's just not built for it.
Yes, I was just looking actually, and it occurred to me that after selling off the rest of our horses, that Harkin would have to help pull this cart now, I believe, because we only have two.
Harkin's absolutely loving the rain, by the way. He's like soaking his mane and doing like big hair flips, like being a total diva about the rain and loving it, like stomping in puddles as he goes that are forming beneath him.
Well, he's very majestic, so I'm sure onlookers are very pleased to see him.
I suppose the methodology, as I'm trying to avoid the horse whipping its hair into my face, the methodology that we use to find a place, maybe just one of the first ones that looks like it could stable horses. I feel like that's only going to be available right around the lifts in the nets.
Go ahead and give me a perception or investigation check with advantage as you all kind of seek out a place to stable these horses.
A 16 in investigation with advantage.
As you all walk around, it doesn't take long to locate this kind of large, almost barn-like structure that's attached to this other series of large wooden buildings. A large sign displaying in a couple different languages the Wedded Wing Inn and Tavern. It definitely seems like these auxiliary spaces could serve as stables. You don't necessarily know looking at them if they are stables, but there's large doors on them.
Right.
It seems like it may have large enough accommodations.
Remember, Sherrilyn, centaurs are not people horses. I look at the looking at the barn structure.
Are there centaurs here in your city?
Not the last time I was here. I'm just saying this looks like a barn. We're just going over things before we enter social situations.
I still don't think I have a clear idea of the genealogy for this creature.
I think what he is simply saying is if you have a thought, maybe you should keep it inside for a moment before letting it out.
Keeping thoughts inside is not one of my strong suits.
Then no better time to practice.
And look, if we can get a room somewhere where we can keep the horses, you can change out of your dress.
I will say at this point, the rain is torrential. It quickly picked up as you guys were traveling here. I don't think, Plato, this is like, I think this might be expected for you, Plato, like how heavy this rain can be and how quickly it can pick up. But for everyone else, your clothes are soaked through. You can feel your socks heavy if you wear them, your clothes like sticking to you as you are just completely soaked through.
I feel like a walking towel. Yes, if this will get me out of this dress quicker, then I will keep my mouth shut about said centaurs, who are not half people and half horse, though they do look like it.
And she looks over to Plato. She's like, no wonder you were unhappy in the desert. But I guess now the shoe's on the other foot, and she's like desperate to get out of the rain.
He's like smiling very broadly as he looks over at you, trying to be empathetic about your situation as his hair is plastered to his head. He's just like doing what the horse is doing.
Inara, you hear Leilani go, Inara.
She turns back and squints, trying to see her sister through the downpour.
You see her point to Mikkel with like a shit-eating grin and the jacket, and then point to Francis and just like hold a grin and like do a nod at you.
Sherrilyn would never say so aloud, but this is like the least attractive Inara has ever looked to her because all of her hair is just completely wetted down. She looks like so much smaller than she does usually.
Yeah, I buy it. Is Francis wearing like a coat or something?
He has his robe on.
I'm trying to think through if she would actually do this, but I don't think that would be a go-to move for her.
You know who does have a good coat?
Oh, right. You seem to be very happy. What? Give me that captain's coat.
All right. Well, I will give it to you, but I will not unattuned from it.
Oh, this is just a loan, but clearly you don't mind the current environment, and I do. She says as she looks down at the skimpy dress that she's wearing.
Plato looks back at Ord and realizes that this is actually sort of a politeness thing and not like a practical thing, and goes, "Oh, right," and takes off the coat and like drapes it over her shoulders. It's like, I can also maybe destroy some of the water that's on you once we get inside, but let's go into the barn first.
Gladly.
Yeah. You all open the large doors. They open outward. You see, as you open the doorway, a very warm space, a large fire burning, just a few patrons here, a table of tieflings, two of them looking pretty plain dressed, one of them in a full suit of heavy armor. Across the barway, you see a group of what looks like guards enjoying a meal and a beer. You also see a very, very large bartender, many tendrils extended from him, a large orange octopus fellow.
No.
Takes up a majority of the bar space behind the bar here. His tentacles mixing different cocktails and beverages for the current patrons, or just for himself. It doesn't really seem like anyone needs his service at present. As you walk in, he very quickly greets you all. Howdy, folks. Welcome in.
Inara immediately rushes to Sherrilyn's side and goes, "Also not an abomination."
Yeah, she turns towards Plato and whispers, well, not whispers, but speaks slowly. They serve you drinks and you eat them?
Y'all can go ahead and use the towel stand there if you want. Most of them are very greasy or fish smelly, but that's okay.
Inara was actively reaching out until he said greasy and fish smelly.
We don't eat the awakened ones.
But you do eat them.
More squids and octopus, but there has been cases, yes.
Come and join me all at the bar if you'd like.
Instead of taking a towel, Sherrilyn will just grab hold of her skirts and wring them out. And there's the puddle of water forming on the floor where they stepped in.
I think Leilani and Mikkel are staying with the horses, or Mikkel offers to stay with the horses, and Leilani's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll stay too." Or you can see like kind of like disdain cross his face because he was hoping to get his jacket back, but like now he has to stay in the rain outside with the horses, holding his jacket over Leilani. But he's like, "Yes, yes." As you all enter the space,
Perhaps they are mending their relationship.
I wouldn't count on it.
Certainly time to do it in the pouring rain. And Francis is actually going to go and grab just one of the towels and just lightly dry himself off of him.
Is there not something romantic about it?
I always thought so. Oh.
Exchanges glances with Plato.
I think I'm using like a shape water to sort of like lint roll the water off of my body as we approach the octopus, and I say, pardon, we would love to take part in your drinks. Do you have a space to stable 2 horses or to park a cart?
yeah, I have a auxiliary space that can be suited for that purpose, but it won't be cheap.
It does occur to me that I think the only currency I have right now is ancient pirate doubloons. Do you take ancient pirate doubloons?
Betty, Betty.
I take one out of my pocket
Betty!
and put it down on the bar top. It is platinum. It is platinum, I believe.
A very old Triton man very slowly gets up from somewhere, and you can hear heavy footsteps. A very large, physical man, not too tall, but comes out from the back, a Triton. He looks drenched. Hey, what's up? They're trying to pay with some old pirate doubloons. He walks over to the bar like pretty slowly. He puts out a hand. It looks pretty grubby.
I hand a doubloon over to him from the pocket.
He inspects it, pulls it like way too close to his face for any practical reason. Is this from the playhouse?
Excuse me?
The octopus asks. Is this from like one of the plays? Is this like fake money? Because we've got that in here before.
I don't believe so. I believe it is platinum, though not a currency that is in circulation. So not legal tender exactly, but worthwhile metal.
It is legitimate currency. You can see so for yourself. It's not very malleable.
Benny, the old Triton, says, Sashi, I don't know what this is, but you can take it at 5 gold rate. And he begins walking back to his office. All right, y'all, 5 gold for each of those pirate doubloons.
Perhaps you should hold on to one, Mr. Ardavian.
I think we will be all right. The pockets have produced many. How much for a 5-to-1 rate would it be? I think I'd still have some left over.
For stabling? Oh, we're not a currency exchange. I just mean I'll take it to pay for the services.
No, yes, so if it was 5-to-1, that's what for a night stabling 2 horses, 10, 15 gold pieces, 3.
Betty!
I'm sorry, the octopus cannot do math.
The Triton comes back out. Yes, Shashi. How much does it cost for us to rent these nice folks the garage for their horses and cart? 2 of those platinum will be fine. Thank you, Penny. All right, so 2 of those.
Sherrilyn is not staring at the octopus in an extraordinary way like she has many other animals. She's actually seen octopus before, and not the type that is consumed necessarily. So what is fascinating is the hat that it's wearing. She is looking at that.
Yeah, it does have a large cowboy hat upon its person. Definitely specially sized for its massive bulbous head. Also, from your guys' position, you can't tell if it has legs. It's behind the bar and its tentacles are above it, but you can't tell what's going on below, like because it's behind the bar. So
I'd like to lean over the bar and see if it is floating.
You lean over the bar and it is floating. It does seem to be levitating just deadly next to the bar.
Oh, that is interesting.
As you immediately reveal, hey, don't look! This is my private space back here, okay?
My apologies.
This is where I do my work, okay? You as a patron, you do your work on that side.
Do you use all 8 of your tentacles to do your work? Is that why you are floating?
I just like to float. Reminds me of the sea.
All right.
Maybe we should add it to the list of politenesses, Sherrilyn, that you not ask people why they float.
Betty Jr.! Betty Jr.!
Oh dear.
You hear some running coming from upstairs and down the steps as you see a young Triton man, also pretty big. Can you please stable these folks' horses and cart in the garage? He just kind of nods.
Thank you, Benny Jr. It's just around the outside. The horses are generally agreeable.
Generally. Don't walk
So-
behind them.
Sashi, what do horses eat again? I don't
Oh,
know.
dear.
I have no idea, Benny Jr.
All right, who has a piece of parchment so I may leave direct instructions?
One of the guards, here, madam. He hands you a piece of parchment. And
Excuse
a quill.
me, what did you call me?
Madam?
Move on.
I'm sworn to people. You said you needed parchment. I have a parchment here.
Yes, hand it over.
Okay. Can I have it back after? Because there's like important instructions on the front.
Well, good, then you will not lose these instructions that I am writing for you now.
Okay, I'm a different guy. But yeah, okay, just keep the parchment. He leaves.
That's all right. She'd be equally shitty with anybody who came up to her this moment. So she's writing a very specific It's very elaborate. She takes her time writing it. It's a whole page, and it includes feeding instructions, grooming instructions, and a do and do not list all on it.
You hand it to Benny Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks at it for a second. Roll me an insight check.
Oh no.
13.
Yeah, he seems to understand it pretty well. He looks it up and down. He gives you a thumbs up. He says, looks good.
Do I sense a quivering of your voice?
Nope. Not with a 13, you don't.
If anything should befall my horses, worse shall befall you. Am I understood?
He kind of looks down while nodding.
Eat
Roll me an
oats.
intimidation check.
They eat
Roll me an
oats.
intimidation. You hear him whisper back, thank you.
Another 13.
Oh yeah, he scurries off.
I must say,
You-
Sherrilyn,
it
even
goes
without
with-
the armor, you are certainly the foreboding figure.
I have the demeanor of a leader.
Indeed you do,
Yes.
madam.
Inara will go up to Plato and whisper, how do we get Tantrum into the rooms with us? I don't think he would appreciate the oats.
All right. We need to is there access to the garage? We need to get some of our items, armor, animals.
Yeah, it's just outside.
All right. Should we go outside and get our things and then come in and enjoy drinks on this octopus?
We will be wet again?
All right. We should just enjoy the drinks now and let the horses get settled.
Inara looks towards the door. She looks dismayed. She does not want to get back out in there, and she goes, fuck it, and turns to Francis, and she huffs a breath, and then she goes, you might not believe in it 100% or plan to follow through, but until some decision is made, you are my fiance, and I ask that you go deal with this because I do not want to get wet anymore. And she huffs away, a little embarrassed that she made that kind of statement, but she doesn't want to get wet again.
Well, there you are. Fiance of Lady Inara.
Francis kind of just looks at Anna as she's talking like this, and as she walks away, he kind of shakes his head in disbelief, she could have just asked another way. I didn't know why she had to do like that, but all right.
I think she very much does not like being wet.
It's just water.
That's what I'm saying.
My lady, have you thought about shaking off the like a dog?
Did you just liken me to a dog? This is the maddest she's ever been at you.
No. I would never liken you to a domesticated animal. You are a specimen, unlike any other. But what I'm saying is if you'd like a quicker way, then maybe you just... She imitates, she shakes her shoulders a little bit.
Inara very slowly and deliberately just uses her hands to slick off some of the wet off of her fur, refusing to shake any part of her body as she dead stares you and goes, I think I'll be fine. And she turns and takes a quick look around the space to see if there's any source of heat, fire, peat, moss, something that she could go warm up by.
Yeah, there's a very nice large burning. I actually think if you look at the hearth close enough, there are these 3 sets of large compressed ore bars, metal bars, that sit in the center of the brazier, that are sparking and burning. They're just slightly used on the side, like a bar of soap that seems to emit this large warming fire around it. Besides that, you don't see a burning fire source, but it is very warm and welcoming.
That works, and she stomps over and starts to hold out her hands and some parts of her dress to dry off.
It doesn't take long. As you use the heat, the closer you get, the hotter it is. To an almost extreme. Like as you get really close, it's really hot, but like it isn't the difference of temperature from just a few inches is more than a regular fire that you've experienced, if that makes sense to you. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is a very comfortable heat just a few inches away, and then a burning heat very close to it.
Interesting. She'll turn to the bartender and be like, "Is this a magical fire?"
Yeah.
And she'll try to look closer and then feel some of her fur starting to get singed, so she'll back up quickly and go, "Francis, what is this?" And she's pointing to the stuff that's in the middle.
Francis will walk over and like investigate the burning material in it. It's like I'm like, do I have to roll on something like that? Because would he have an inherent knowledge of?
I don't think you recognize it.
Yeah, he look at it like we don't have a shortage of wood to burn, so I'm not sure what they're using as a replacement.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. And she'll turn and look for Plato. Is he still in the room?
Yes, I think Plato has taken a seat at the bar. He was trying to see if there was any way he could identify these tieflings, if they had any signs of their vocation, or if they were wearing the colors of one of the houses or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Sashi, the octopus bartender. I noticed y'all didn't order anything, so I just went ahead and grabbed you some waters. Gonna go ahead and put those in front of you each. Let me know if I can get you anything.
Old fashioned.
Coming right up.
Go make that 2.
Ah, Sir Thon, so we share taste in drink and women.
Inara will settle herself next to them now that she's warmer, and I'll have some wine.
Sister, it's been a long day. He puts a tentacle on your shoulder. That's the only kind of wine we have. I'm sorry, I don't have any wine.
She looks blankly at him for a second, and then it slowly dawns on her the joke that he just made, and she goes, "Ah, ha ha, okay. I guess an old-fashioned will do." She's cringing away from him.
Yeah, I definitely knows what those are. I'll have them right up. Plato, what did you get on that investigation check?
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Hell yeah, natural 20. What? Just for my knowledge, what's the total there?
It would be 25. I have a +5 to investigation.
Okay. Yeah, so you figure out exactly what's going on here. It doesn't take you long. You just have to eavesdrop just a little bit and put the pieces together. You sip your water. You even figure out, so as you look over, the heraldry on the suit of armor makes itself known as the two more plainer dressed tieflings kind of move about the space. What is going on here is a knight and 2 squires. And you, as you look over the situation, hearing them talk and kind of defer, you put this together. You also learn that this is definitely a newer knight, and the heraldry gives away why. This is a paladin of the hero, the god who is to be proclaimed. The sigilgy, this large trident that's displayed across their chest. At first, it doesn't click. Like, what is this? And then you realize it must be the symbol of Kellic, the symbol that they are trying to rise. Octa told you that there are those who are currently worshiping him as a new god. And this figure in front of you is definitely dressed as a paladin of such.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to make sure at first that they were not kingfishers, as I'm sort of trying to figure out if I want to ask them or the god about goings on. But did Inara need something from me as I turned back? Yes. What did you about the fire? What was it?
She'll point to the heart of the source of heat and goes, "Is this a Perian contraption? What is the source here? How is this happening?"
My guess would be it is a form of stromstone that has been maybe charcoal burnt away until it is producing just the heat, not the electrical charge. What is it, Rob? Can I roll anything?
It's that.
Excellent.
Interesting. And is it eternal? Does it burn out? Does it just keep producing heat forever?
Well, this is a later form of stromstone. After it has no longer been able to perform its function as a battery, it will burn for quite a while, longer than logs would. and it is easier to get here.
Oh, so you mean this is like trash, like reusable material that's already exhausted its original purpose?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes, we only have so much in terms of resources, and the Stormstone especially, so we have found ways to put it to use past its initial sort of purpose.
She's perked up a lot now that she's dry and we're having this fascinating conversation.
You're at the bar, and you can just sense sheer panic coming from the other side, as the octopus has like 6 or 7 different bottles in his hand, just murmuring, "Oh,
We do
fashion,
this. She'll
oh,
walk up to
fashion."
him and go, "What do you have to serve?"
He looks behind him. There's like bottles of liquor, a big keg of ale.
She'll start to, I guess, investigate the bottles that he's holding up. You said he's holding like 6 or 7 up, trying to figure out which one. Does she recognize any of them?
They're not labeled. They're just big glass bottles filled with different color liquid.
Good sir, is it an appropriate question to ask when you were awakened?
His octopus eyes narrow. Whoa, what do you mean by that, lass?
When did you become conscious?
As soon as I was hatched, born.
No, I mean as when you're
Inara's wincing hearing this, like she doesn't know how to intervene.
I think what she is trying to ask you, good sir, is how long have you been working at this establishment?
About 4 years now. It's a good gig.
And what did you do before you worked as bartender?
I was a scout on a fishing boat for a unit in the Wayfens. There's an awful lot about Sashi.
But we also interested. We
That's
meet
so.
so few octopuses.
Really? I
So
feel
few
like
that
I'm-
talk.
Huh? Of course I could talk. How could I get orders?
Yes,
Silly.
I mean,
He pats you on the head with his octopus pencil.
oh,
Oh, please. Oh, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch her. Trying to distract from this conversation, Inara will point to a random bottle in one of the tentacles and go, "What's in that one?
Well, this is my special brew.
What did you brew it from?"
It's a bunch of liquors mixed together.
did you brew
Why
it
is
from
it
your own
black?
ink?
I mean, it adds a saltiness. You gotta try it first.
I would not try that, my lady.
He pours some into a glass in front of you.
Is it really pure black?
Well, it's not pure black. It's like mostly black. It's kind of like misty. Like there's an effervescence to it, an inkiness.
Could I get a straw?
That'd be
He
so-
kind of looks around again in a panic.
Okay. And
Oh,
she'll hold it up and go, "Well, I mean, there's no mud in it, so already an improvement on the day," and she'll just knock it back.
I didn't have.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw. It's
Again,
fucking
we're
gross.
doing this? Inara, again, we are doing this?
It tastes so bad.
Look, new country, new bar, new thing to try.
I was looking at the tieflings for 2 seconds.
You were so fast to consume it that I hadn't the opportunity to warn you that this is the excrement of the octopus.
It is not my ex. I make that special. I make shit different.
She got an 18.
Okay, yeah, you're very drunk, but you don't like puke or nothing else happens to you. But there's like a moment of like complete clear-minded sobriety that hits you. Like, huh. And then immediately after that, you feel like a heaviness to your body. And then like your arm feels very heavy, and then your other arm feels very heavy, and you need to sit down. As you feel the heavy, very potent mix of alcohols hit your body.
So I guess that first moment of clarity after she ingests it, she turns and looks at the rest of her party, and she's like, I guess, trying to nail down the different tastes on her tongue, and then her vision blurs, and sort of like Plato and Francis seem to like turn into one person, and then separating it, and she goes, "Oh boy, this is just as good as the sludge coffee, but very, very different." And she, I guess, weaves her way back to the table in a very erratic zigzag fashion.
Yes, we would consider intoxication a matter of poisoning, yes, as it is in real life.
Nuh-uh, she says as she drops down in the nearest chair, not realizing that one of you is already in it.
Yes, I asked that as a player so that Sherrilyn may follow my lady, offering to pull out a chair for her, and as she does so, lay a hand on her back and expend 5 points of lay on hands to cure poison.
I don't think it works.
Damn it.
I also think just a second or two later, Sashi, the bartender, slides a mug across the table that you can see steam coming off of. Sludge coffee as ordered.
Guess the mushrooms have been here.
You
Oh,
should stay sat down.
Well, that shit since they actually had the sludge coffee.
As you all drink, do you think he gives you something he calls an old fashioned? Has an amber like color to it. It smells a little salty.
Yes, I was going to. That would be my first question. Is I would smell it.
It's so salty and potent. Probably some sort of whiskey.
Gentlemen first, Sir Thon.
Yeah, Francis looks at the glass and like smells it. The saltiness like hits him as like definitely not what you'd expect old fashioned, but he kind of like looks around, sees that there's no at least immediate like danger, and he's like, you know what, just for you, Sherrilyn, and he takes a little sip of it.
Cheers
Is
to
it-
you not meeting your untimely demise.
Absolutely delicious, perfectly balanced cocktail that tastes better than maybe any other drink you've had, and is a moment of pure and utter bliss that takes you as you sip it, and it activates all flavors of your tongue.
Francis, like for a brief moment, will like have like a really like not uncharacteristic smile, but like a really like surprised and like generally like happy smile. But then he's gonna look at Sherrilyn and put on like a fake disgusted face.
She furrows her brows. I'm gonna roll insight on that. As I'm assuming she would see a flush come to your cheeks. That's a 19. So I think it's very apparent that you're fibbing. She take a sip, perhaps because she's so stubborn. She takes her own drink.
Yeah, it is a breath of flavor of specific citruses and tangy liquors. It is perfectly balanced, and it just brings joy. Like I said for Francis, same to you, Sherrilyn. As it goes down, it's no Medean wine in terms of like full flavor profile of your specific palate, but it is expertly made and goddamn delicious.
Of course not. Nothing can compare to Medean wine. But this is pretty good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Good sir, you wouldn't happen to remember how you made this?
Oh,
would
no
you?
idea. Couldn't do it again if I tried. Couldn't if you paid me all the money in the world. I couldn't even sort of make that again.
Damn.
Well, then we will savor this one glass with extra care. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those doubloons, I think.
You may put it on that gentleman's tab.
How about instead? So wait. Can I have a sample of that drink too? She says, a little slurred.
All right, I'll try my best.
Oh, don't.
He goes at it. No.
As he's making a knowledge drink, Francis, like, with the back of my like, he's probably not going to do it again. He just holds out the glass to Inara, like, if you want to have a little sip of mine before.
Gosh, they're all drinking from the same cup.
Not me.
We're to be married. It's fine, she says as she tries to reach over.
All right, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
That was a 10 on a die, so 12.
God damn it. You go to grab the glass from him, and you see two of them, and you're like unsure of whether or not you're grabbing the right one, but your hand does lock around the right glass, and you grab it from him.
Carolyn is going to slide her hand over the top of the glass and gently lower it to the tabletop. I think you should pace yourself, my lady. It could be a long night.
Why? What's gonna happen?
Well, you're with your betrothed after all.
She turns to look at him again, squints her eyes at him. What are you planning?
Exactly.
Francis also, in turn, is going to squint his eyes at Sherrilyn and be like, yes, what are you planning?
Why
I
is
wasn't
everyone
planning
squinting?
anything. In this,
I'm seeing twos. I don't know what they're seeing.
what happens in this tavern stays in this tavern.
You hear some sobbing coming from the guards, by the way, and one of them is like comforting the other one. Just so you know, that's also happening on the other side of the room.
No, he's sad. And she actively gets up and starts to try to move in that direction, like she's gonna go fix it. Unless one of you stops her.
No, not the hell creatures.
Crazy drunk girl energy.
We should
Yeah.
go help.
I think they are dealing with it on their own and do not require our own assistance in the matter. So, Lady
one is
Inara.
like patting the other one on the back and kind of embracing them as they seem to be having like a private moment as you look at them from behind.
Do either of you like try to stop her, like actively reach out and pull her back to her seat, or do you just try to call out to her?
Plato's not going to. It might be
I think-
convincing to figure out what's up with the gods.
I think Francis will like he wouldn't necessarily get up, but he like reach like his free arm like out to kind of like bar her path in a way.
Sure, you take care of her tonight, Sirthon.
She'll bump into your arm and I guess lose her balance a little bit, probably land in your lap, and goes, "No help?"
That not right now. If they ask for help, then perhaps we can lend them a hand. But for now, we should just let them handle their own thing.
Mr. Octopus, we would like some rooms, I think.
My name is Sashi.
Yes, we would like some rooms for tonight.
Okay, yeah. How many rooms y'all want?
1.
No, we would like
They're
more
not
than
very
one.
big rooms, y'all.
One could be fine. I'll sleep in the cot. Oh, but
Why?
Lord.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I think
Do you
4.
not like us?
I think 4 rooms would do us well.
I want
Okay.
to guard it, and everyone is drinking from each other's cups.
All right, that's gonna be 2.3 doubloons, I think.
Oh my goodness. Just take 3 here. You do not need to figure out how to split them up.
Do you have root vegetables? I'll take some carrots for my horse.
There would be carrots here. Perian carrots are a thing in this part. I know that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He floats to the back into the kitchen to just go grab a bunch of carrots.
Add carrots to my inventory.
The horse
Just a
talks
bundle
and-
of carrots.
Bundle of delicious Perian carrots.
Sherrilyn is feeling a bit of an itch as Inara falls into Francis's lap, and she's anxious to get to her room to spend some time redressing herself, and I think perhaps she would also retrieve her belongings and take them with her.
Yeah. You go back to the cart.
Yes, I have to feed these carrots to the horses.
Yeah, you arrive. As you enter the cart, you hear a conversation, like active conversation, and you see kind of sat around the central space, and you see Leilani, Mikkel, and Benny Jr.
And does it seem like a pleasant conversation?
Yeah, Leilani is like kind of sat next to Benny Jr., listening in with your passive perception. They're explaining your instructions to him pretty slowly. So she didn't even ask if you could read or anything? Yeah, no, she just gave it to me, and it's very long, and Mikhail, it's really not that hard to take care of the horses. I can show you. You don't have to finish translating this.
Sherrilyn comes up behind them, looming over Benny Jr.
She's just so scary. I just feel like she's just gonna be right behind.
Pardon.
As Leilani and Mikhail look up, Junior looks over, and he just fucking runs under the table.
And greetings to you too. I'm just here to retrieve my effects, and then I'll be on my way. Thank you for helping the fish boy.
Okay, that can't be good. Like that one, Leilani says, "We come on."
Is that not what he is?
No, he's a Triton.
Is that Perian for fishman?
It'd be like me calling you forest woman.
But I'm not from the forest.
He is not from the fish, Sherrilyn.
He's not from fish, but he is
No.
from the ocean.
No, he's just a Triton. He's from the Bormina.
All right. Well, I'm retrieving my effects.
Yes.
I'm trying.
Leilani says a few things under her breath. As Sherrilyn is outside, the door reopens in a very dramatic effect. They both the large doors come apart completely and open all the way up as a very tall, very flashy pelican Aarakocra man emerges to the door. Greetings, bar patron. He kind of looks around. He sees there's like 5 of you. 10. Okay, you all have a good night.
You too.
He waves and begins leaving.
Awakened birds are more common in Perian.
No, that's just an Aarakocra, and he just looks pelican.
The vulture really muddied the waters for Sherrilyn, the awakened vulture.
The meerkats didn't help. Inara turns to look at Francis and goes, "Did I black out in the middle of that? What just happened?"
I think someone was seen was going to make an announcement and decided against it.
Are we not worthy?
Franz kind of looks around at the fairly empty bar and is like, I guess it's not a big enough crowd.
There is a man actively crying in here.
I want Tantrum. She looks pouty, like she might start crying soon.
I
We
look at
will get
Francis.
We will get Tantrum before we retire for the night. Do not worry.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Tantrum should stay in the cart with someone who wants to sleep out there in sort of a god way. I volunteer, but if Inara wants to do it, that is also fine.
I
At
do
that-
not want to sleep in the rain.
At that moment, I think Sherrilyn would reemerge in the doorway.
As you're reemerging, you see a very tall Pelican Aarakocra man just leaving the wedded wing. He makes eye contact with you. Oh, you are beautiful, high elven woman. Are you looking for
Excuse me?
work?
What? Are you talking to me?
Yes,
You're talking.
I'm quite capable of speech. Yes, I'm a talent manager. Parola is the name.
Parole?
Parola, the talent manager. Nice to meet you. He extends a hand. As he extends a hand, his entire coat is embedded with gemstones, and they seem to catch the moon's lights in different ways as his hand moves.
Well, this does interest her. She will shake his hand. Your neck is very orange.
Thank you. Where are you from? I could sell you as the majestic stranger. This is I do modeling work, I do talent work. I'm here really to drum up business for the last Samar Sisters show. Surely you're familiar with the Samar Sisters?
Actually, I'm passing through.
Oh, would you like to come to a show tonight on me? Then maybe after we talk business.
That sounds like something I could do. Yes, a show sounds lovely.
Yes.
Just me?
Yeah. What do you mean? Are you traveling? Do you have a partner?
Oh, no, not at all.
Good. I like my models as free agents for traveling purposes. The Samar Sisters, it is their last show. Of course, very sad, but we all move on. We all find new business. But yeah, midnight tonight at the Grand.
I am
Yes.
familiar with beautiful women, if I may say. And there may have been another that have passed through here that may also be under your employ.
Right now my stable is pretty limited.
I'm sorry, did you just refer to it as a stable?
My group of talented professionals that I manage is pretty limited.
Is that an animal thing, or is it literally a stable?
Anyway, we talk business tonight. I have many more inns to visit. With a flourish, he pulls a ticket out of his sleeve and hands it to you.
She'll take it.
On it, there's 3 symbols: a snowflake, a little sprig of mint, and a autumnal leaf upside down and red.
Is there a dress code?
He kind of looks you up and down. He's kind of walking away in the same motion. As you are is fine.
Great. She'll tuck that into her bosom, I suppose.
You see him walk a little bit further down the street and just fucking kick open a door. Ladies and gentlemen of this, as he walks forward, as you reemerge into the wedded wing.
She emerges in the doorway. Her shield is strapped to her back along with her bag, and in her arms, she's balancing the cage for Tantrum, but it's covered. It still has a tarp over it like we had before. So it kind of looks like, maybe to the not so inquisitive eye, it probably looks like maybe a chicken crate.
It seems Sir Staldo has already gotten Tantrum.
Yes, and they are quite heavy. I'm going to lay them right here.
Perhaps we should just
Thank
put him up
you.
in the room up first.
I think you may handle that, Sir Thon. Now I have my own business to attend to, if you'll excuse me.
The cage starts to shake and begin to topple over.
Francis will quickly get up as soon as Sherrilyn puts down the crate to pick it up and then look at the bookkeeper. Oh, which one is our room?
All of them. You bought the whole upstairs, all the guest rooms. We only have the 4 rooms, and you got all of them.
Perfect, thank you. And he'll very quickly pick it up and just start walking up the stairs.
Where's Sashi gonna sleep tonight?
Plato is still sort of at the bar and looking away from the crying gods, looks to Sashi and says, "So you have worked here 4 years. Has there been anything unfamiliar lately? Any out-of-towners that have set up camp nearby? Any rumors that you've heard of some things like that?"
There's been a lot happening recently. I mean, good business, a lot of good stuff coming in. But there has been those break-ins at the vault that's got everyone worried. The etheric relics that we keep there, a couple of them went missing, and people at the academy won't tell everyone which ones went missing. And some of those things have some catastrophic effects.
The etheric relics. The ones that were gathered up after the coup.
Yes, the ones that were portioned to stay here in Netters Ralley.
That is very concerning news.
Yeah, no one knows who's behind it. But word's gotten out because people are afraid. One of those in the wrong hands could do major damage.
And how long had those break-ins been going on for?
The most recent one was 2 nights ago, and then prior to that, it was a month or something like that.
And there's a reason to go to the academy. Well, thank you.
He leans in real close on the bar. I don't know what they got in the first one, but my bet is the first one was a practice run for the second one. Because the second one got people real in a tizzy. I mean, why hit the same place twice otherwise, right? His beat gets right in your ear. And if you ask me, I bet it was an inside job. Because that vault's real secure. And you need to know a lot about it.
That's a very serious accusation, Mr. Sashi.
He backs all the way up. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just this octopus who makes drinks. He turns around. Puts his octopus back to you. Let me know if I can answer any more questions or if you want some more sludge coffee. Or actual real good coffee.
Well, yes, if you wanted to brew me up a cup of Perian coffee, I would not say no to such a thing.
Yeah, I was surprised when you guys opted for the sludge coffee when we have the real good coffee on the menu.
My friend Inara is adventurous. Sometimes she drinks things she should not, like your ink.
Yeah, Inara's asleep on the table right now. She just put her head down and blacked out.
It's like 8:30 p.m.
She's out.
She'll be back up for round 2. She has a quick metabolism.
Just thinking a little catnap.
Get those out of your system while she is asleep.
Perfect.
I do want to check in with these crying guards. Did Francis bring Tantrum upstairs?
Yeah, was currently wrangling Tantrum and like just chose the closest room they could just to put Tantrum down in it.
I chose the nice looking room, so Francis will ascend after me.
Yeah, but like if Tantrum doesn't like give him too much issue, like he'll just like put the dragon like in a cage in a corner and like wait a little bit to see if he settles. And then, like, if he does, like, he'll just, like, slowly just, like, close the door behind him.
Yeah, he doesn't settle. He's going pretty stir crazy. And you can feel the cloth that's draped over it is one that you all got from the Dragonborn. That's, like, specially made. And it's currently covering the whole crate. But you can see, like, smoke begin to, like, slowly seep out from underneath it, as he must just be filling the interior cage with fire.
He's going to quickly close the door and like go back down the stairs and like not like in a panic way but like very like forcibly walk up to Plato and Inara, and then like before he even speaks he looks at Inara, is like, is she okay?
She is resting, I believe. I push Inara's shoulder a little bit. Inara, are you all right? That was not poison, was it?
I can make some poison. She speaks in her sleep.
Okay, she's fine. Do you have any leftover meat we can give our pet?
Do I have that? I suppose there were cots outside. I could maybe run out and get some meat.
Yeah, I think our little cargo is being a little hard to handle right now.
Yes, I know Inara is normally the one that deals with that. All right, I will be right back. It wasn't far from where the food carts were, right? Did you want to come with me?
Seeing as Sherrilyn is currently preoccupied and Inara is currently sleeping at a table, I think it'd be best if one of us stay here with her.
Are Leilani and Ord all right? Are they sitting in the cart still?
To your knowledge, yeah. Do you want to check on them?
Now that you mention it, yes. I'm not going to check on them, such as ominous.
Do you like knock or announce yourself at all?
As I'm walking past, I just knock on the side, like wrap my knuckles on the side of the cart on the way up.
Yes, who is it? You hear Leilani's voice say.
Boy. It's Plato. Are you all right? I need to go get meat for our pet.
She giggles a little bit. Yeah, everything's good in here.
I don't want to know about it. Instead, I'm going to go just underneath the eave on the outside of the street and sort of look up and down the rainy kind of avenue here and see if there's anyone still braving outside that I can just get like a handful of food off of.
Yeah, the people of Netters Ralley are not scared away by rainstorm. They put up thicker umbrellas above them as the food stands are still in full swing. As it's like 9 p.m. at this point, and people are still returning from work and still about the city. As the Nets are a busy district of businesses and homes closely together. So those who are outside are not few, but not like overly plentiful at this hour. But yeah, you can easily find some meat carts here. I think it's a lot of seafood mostly because it's very accessible and there's a lot of fishermen in the city. So I think it's like dirt cheap, really high quality seafood available right now.
Well, I don't know if he likes that at all.
I think a lot of sushi stands.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get like a flank cut of swordfish or something.
Saberfish.
Saberfish, right.
Yeah, I think you're literally as you go shopping for one, you easily find a cart that's flowing with them, freshly caught today. It's like mating season for this type of fish specifically, and I think they're like first one's free.
That's an interesting business model, but I appreciate it very much. I like grab the hook that it's on, and wrap it, I guess, or have them wrap it for me.
Enjoy. You'll come back.
Ominous. What did you do to this? You know what? It's fine.
It's just delicious. Calm down, guy.
I'm sorry. I'm jumpy. I do want to, on my way back in, kind of give just a look to this outside area and see if anyone, I don't know, is taken interest or that I see anyone here who has been hanging out here since the first time we came in.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me your investigation check, actually.
7 + 5's 12.
Yeah, with a 12, the street is relatively quiet. The turnover seems pretty constant as the working folk move. You don't immediately see or recognize anybody that you've seen or recognized earlier in the day. There's no repeats to your view. I will say, as you look around, though, on the second floor window with the 12, just as you're doing this, just for a moment, you catch eye contact with somebody behind a window as they like close their blinds. You don't like recognize or anything. You just like you don't even see their eyes. You just like feel the feeling of somebody looking at you and you looking at them.
Very spooky. Okay. I take note. Is that's in the building opposite us or in the building we were staying in? Am I looking up?
In the building opposite you, yeah.
Opposite. Okay, cool.
Which seems to be like a warehouse or something like that with a upstairs office. So like it looks very industrial.
Okay. I'll head back inside with the fish and give it to or offer it to Francis or see if Inara is awake yet and say if we can try and feed him this, but it's not exactly a city with much livestock.
Francis kind of just looks at it and is like, if this is the best we can got, then it's the best we got, and he'll take it from Plato and then walk back up the stairs to the room.
I think I go towards Inara, who's I'm assuming still passed out, and I kind of lean over and I say, I think Leilani is sort of mending bridges, to put it lightly.
She cracks open one eye. She doesn't pick her head off the table because it probably feels like 1,000 pounds. But she'll crack open one eye and look up at you and goes, "Yes, Leilani mends bridges and breaks them all the time." And then she stops for a second and goes, "That poor Ord boy."
Sherrilyn in her room is firstly trying to get dry, as it's become apparent that she's going to have to continue wearing this dastardly dress, probably for the rest of the night at least. So she's trying to wring that out, and hopefully there's a fire or something warm in here to dry herself out. Of wringing out her hair, which is just completely plastered to her forehead and her cheeks at this point, and brush it out.
A very angry dragon next door.
There's a very angry dragon next door, which she is trying to ignore, as she has left the responsibility for this creature in the hands of the fiance of the Lady Inara tonight. And how much time does she have until she has to leave for this performance?
The performance itself is at midnight. You hear cat noises coming from underneath the bed in your room. Gentle meows as you're changing and getting out of your dress and drying it. The performance is at midnight. It's about 9 p.m. now. You have no idea where the grand stage is. So
Great.
hard to calculate really how long it would take for you to get there because you don't know where there is.
She pauses as she drapes the dress over the back of a chair, and she's wearing looks like boxers and like a sports bra, kind of very masculine looking underwear. And she bends down on one knee and looks under the bed.
Yeah. You see kind of gathered towards the front of the bed, looking very nervous and scared, a small tabby cat.
Oh, hello there, little one. Is it just you under there? She's turning back and forth, her cheek brushing against the floor.
Yeah, you look around, appears to just be the tabby cat.
She keeps talking to it because that's what she's been doing, right? She's been talking to a bunch of animals lately, so she's just talking to it as if it's one of the awakened animals or an Aarakocra or something like that. Do you live here? Are you hungry?
Are you trying to get it to approach or...
Yeah, she'll reach out an arm underneath the bed for it and rub her fingers together. Come here.
Yeah, roll me an animal handling check.
18.
The little tabby like sniffs at your extended hand and then gets up, moves over to you, kind of rubs its body against your arm as it moves over to your shoulder, kind of sniffs at you a little bit. And almost immediately it puts its claws on your chest and begins kneading very gently.
Oh, aren't you sweet? We have some of you where I come from. It's good to see a familiar face. I think she would probably establish she has a little bit of time while her clothes dry and she dries. And so with this cat kneading at her, she would roll over on her butt and reach into her bag and pull out one of the jars. This is why she was itching earlier. She was thinking that she's so much closer now.
God damn.
She duped us.
Warden watching.
She's thinking this is a safe place and there's plenty of water. Her allies are not that far away, and she's closer in proximity to Diana than she thinks that she has been in quite some time. Maybe that will strengthen their bond. She wants to partake of Slip again and try to experience another vision of Diana to try and figure out where she is.
Absolutely. How much are you drinking?
Slightly more than last time, I think. When she had the vision of the Inquisitor, she felt like the vision was short-winded. It was a little shorter than it was before, so I think that she try just a bit, maybe a portion and a half, to get to, experience whatever vision she has for more than a minute.
Yeah. Are you pouring it into your glass, or are you drinking straight from the jar?
There's probably not a glass in here, so I'm going to assume she has to do it straight from the jar. And last time she thought, oh, well, it was about a mouthful, so...
It's a little congealed, the mucus part just a little bit separated from the rest of the liquid. You kind of have to stir it a bit in the jar before you go to it.
Takes a sip and then...
Oh, as you go to take a sip, the cat tries to knock it out of your hand.
No, do not touch this is not for cats, no.
Not this cat.
Amazing. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Right. 13.
Are you laying down?
Yeah, she's going to lay on the floor. She's going to close back up this jar, put it against the wall with a push of her arm as far as it can go, and then she'll lay flat with this cat on top of her.
You feel a heaviness on your chest, exasperated by the fact that the cat is very much just laying on you. As your eyes kind of zoom in and out of focus, you pay attention to the design on the roof or the ceiling of this room. As you see, there's very intricate word carvings that definitely have been hand carved around the edges of the room of chipwood, very delicately carved. And you kind of lose yourself looking among the pattern of different sailors and large aquatic animals, what looks like a whale, some dolphins, as your eyes kind of scan along the pattern, until you feel yourself just completely lost, kind of adrift at sea for just a moment. And your eyes clear. Sherrilyn? And you feel yourself kind of lifted out of this heaviness, this water. And you feel yourself sat. Your eyes open, bright daylight. You're on the edge of a beach, overlooking the ocean wide. You have to be in Medea. To your left, you see her plain as day, a simple, long white dress. Diana.
Is this real?
As real can be. It's great to see you.
She would rush to her and take her hands. It has been so difficult.
It's cold, but she takes yours as well.
She would, when she goes to take her hands, this isn't In instinctual motion, she knows she's not supposed to touch her even after before, but she does anyway. And the feeling of the coldness shocks her, but she doesn't let go, just loosens her grip a little. Where are you now?
I am going to an important place to find truths long hidden, to restore purpose to this world.
I want to protect you. Tell me where you are. I will come to you.
You mustn't follow me.
Why?
The things I go to fight against. She leans in close to you, kind of embraces you. Again, cold to the touch, but present. The things I fight against, they look for any weakness, any exploit. My love for you, it's too great a burden in the face of it. You fight for your own goals now, and they are just as important. You must not follow me.
She takes a step back from her and looks critically into her eyes. Does she look odd in any way? Like, I think it is strange to her, the coldness that comes from this character. She remembers, it's like a flashbulb memory to her, when Diana kissed her cheek. This does not feel like her.
Roll me an investigation check.
19.
As you look her over, something is a little off as she says, Sherrilyn, there is one more thing. Please, if you see petals again, don't remove them. And Sherrilyn, you feel a slashing against your chest, a clawing against your chest. As you feel a wetness, as you're pulled out of this vision, you see the tabby cat just clawing into you, making you bleed with its ferocious claws. As you see in its mouth a petal, as it soaks it against your blood.
She wakes abruptly, and it's hard to shake the vision. She knew something was wrong.
The thing you recognize as wrong, Sherrilyn, the thing that makes you wake up, is as you look into her eyes, they are that of a tabby cat.
She comes back to consciousness, and as she does, she grabs hold of the scruff of this cat and slams it against the floor.
Hell yeah, roll me an improvised weapon attack.
Oh, I'm going to use inspiration on that because I critically failed on that. Okay, that is much better. That's a 24.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a d6 and add your strength modifier to it.
5.
You all hear coming from above a loud slamming noise as Sherrilyn, you slam this cat into the ground, and in your hand it becomes a fox, a little bit larger than the cat form that was there, as it begins to squeal these loud fox panic noises.
Deceiver! I know you are a shifter of shapes. Why are you following us?
Yeah, Francis is still like a few doors down, trying to feed Tantrum this fish, and then just hears this slam come down and chill and yell at something. So he's going to just quickly put the tuck back down on the Tantrum and run to the room. Not even waiting to knock on the door, just opens the door.
The fox begins to cast a spell.
I don't. She doesn't have counterspell, and she doesn't really have anything to.
It finishes casting its spell as a very small, very dark black door opens right in front of it, and it scurries through as it casts Dimension Door.
I can't try and grapple it before it runs through.
It was one action, and
Yeah.
used your action to. But you do have a second attack, so if you totally can grapple. I forgot you have a second attack because you're level 5 now. If you would like to try and grapple it, I will totally allow you to grapple it. It's going to use its acrobatics, its fox-like dexterity to try and avoid this.
Absolutely, and I will be using brute strength.
All right, I got a 23 total.
Dirty 20.
As it slips through your arms and just scurries through like a rat, this little door that it creates midair as it teleports away.
Damn it!
Sherrilyn, take 15 points of slashing damage as your chest is bloodied and open with this flurry of cat scratches. It must have been going for a little bit longer before you realized it.
She grips it with her hand to try and stem the bleeding. The wounds are stinging as they're not so deep, but they're mostly superficial, but all over the front of her chest.
Francis arrives at Sherrilyn's room.
Sherrilyn, are you okay?
Damn it, Sir Thon, if you wanted to see me in on state of undress, you could have just
He
asked.
doesn't even wait for her to finish, as like he just sees her chest bloodied. He just goes up and like instantly just touches her and casts cure wounds at second level for her.
Your friend was here.
My friend.
It would be safe to assume we are all targets of the fox, not friend.
I can definitely have tried to bring Inara up at this point, having heard the noises from upstairs.
As she leans heavily against you, her ears pick up the ruckus, I guess, coming from upstairs, and she turns to look at you and goes, Leilani mending bridges up in one of the rooms?
No, I think this is unfortunately one of our cases of Sherrilyn having a run-in at an inn.
Boy.
Go ahead and heal 10 health back.
Only a few scratches remain.
We Plato sort of double speeds, which I think just gives him regular speed while he's dragging Inara, and we get to the doorway to see what's happening. Did you say we were all targets of something?
Sherrilyn is still sprawled on the floor, kind of sat sideways with her knees at an angle, with a jar of slip next to her. Blood streaks on the floor.
And Francis just like kneeling next to her, his hand on her shoulder.
What did you do to your dress? Inara looks at the bloodstains and the scratches.
Oh no, the dress is fine. I am undressed.
Oh!
I think there's like a radiator system that runs off of the whatever's burning in the downstairs fireplace, so that the rooms have like radiators, and maybe the dress is hung up near that. But I'm sure it's fine.
The dress is fine. Thank you for your concern about the dress and the garment, not me.
Was it the ghost of the chateau? What did this?
I wish it were the shadow. No, it was a fox that was posed as a cat.
You just have the worst luck with animals.
Yes, after I was trying to mend bridges with animals bully for me, now I have found myself assaulted by one.
I'm gonna get all your blood. I'm gonna get all your blood. I'm gonna get all your blood.
Who said that?
And you said it was a fox.
Yes, a fox, like the one we saw climbing ashore after the friend, not friend, jumped into the water while we were on the barge. And how many foxes do you know that have an affinity for flower petals and blood? Those two things, very specifically.
Sadly, just the one.
Exactly. So it would seem we have our own personal stalker. And you are not the only one at risk of being shanked.
Shape-changing stalker, the worst kind.
Yes, they could be anyone. And in my case, they were Diana at first, in my vision, which was so rudely interrupted.
Francis kind of like looks past Sherrilyn to see the jaws slip on the floor, and then looks back at Sherrilyn like, what were you trying to do?
Withhold your criticism, Sir Thon. I was trying to catch a glimpse of Diana, now that we are in Perian proper.
Sherrilyn, I would like to know, you don't know why, you're not currently experiencing any of the side effects that you normally do. Your mouth isn't dry, your body isn't tense, as the slip is worn off now.
Great. It's all for nothing. How much time has passed? I have things I must attend to. She tries to get up and begin moving immediately.
Oh, Francis will try and like keep on the ground.
I think you've laid hands upon me enough, Sir Thon.
Not until we figure out what is going on.
Well, I was hoping that you would have an explanation, as it seems like they may be attached to you in some way.
He kind of like gives her a very like scolding look with his eyes.
That has nothing to do with me.
Maybe I'll put Inara in bed.
Yeah, I think that is for the best. I was undercover.
Whether or not this is because of me, because of someone else, or who it might be, the fact of the matter is, this creature, be it a fox, be it a shapeshifter, wants something from all of us.
Yes, it wants our blood on petals.
Yes. That much is known.
Yes, and you don't think this has anything to do with you? She pokes a rough finger into the emblem on your shoulder.
Were you not the one who it attacked while you were taking slip, trying to find your love?
Yes, but it was here before I got here. So it knew that we would be up here. It could have been any of us in this room, but it picked this one.
Yes, why did it pick your room?
Well, how did it know it was going to be my room? Because it's the biggest and grandest of all of them. Not that that's saying much.
You were the one to first claim a room.
All right, well, that would imply that it was here before us. So it jumped off of the barge, swam somewhere else. What? Turned into another creature of the sea this time? Some sort of fish made it here before us. Perhaps that is why we got stuck on the barge. Maybe this was all an orchestration of this shape changing creature. And it got here ahead of us, knowing that this was the closest tavern to where we landed. And then waited in this exact room for me because it knew I would pick the grandest one. Now, this is a far fetched thing.
Francis like just listens to her give this explanation and be like, "Do you have any other explanation as to why it might have found you?"
No, well, this seems like the soundest one, but I'm not sure why it would take interest in me in particular, unless it was also interested in Diana.
What did you see with the slip?
Well, I saw Diana, but it was not, it was certainly not Diana. It had not her warmth in demeanor or, well,
So you're saying that this shapeshifter knew who you were looking for and imitated that.
yes, which would imply that they know each other.
And a powerful degree of divination magic or the ability to intercept it.
Certainly beyond any that I am familiar with.
Which does not bode well for creatures gathering our blood, seeing as blood in divination rituals can be quite loathsome.
Yes, and blood and the blood seals, and I can't help but feel like, well, maybe this is related to our dear friend Jaren.
Well, I agree. We should look into certain things. That is without a doubt true. I think that there have been signs of Jaren's cult around here, robberies of ethered artifacts, as well as the situation with the lifts. All of it to slow down, to weaken Netters Ralley for whatever is being prepared around or nearby to it.
I see. You are a party to gossip.
Yes, well, I asked Sashi sort of about things that were going on, and they mentioned that there were these break-ins. They'd been going on for a while, and it is quite unlike the university to be unable to track down who's causing such a problem. The artifacts are of high priority. They can be dangerous.
I see. I also might have another lead, although I'm not sure if it is related, but it is worth looking into. I received an invitation to a performance tonight. Here, this is the ticket. Only a singular one, so I will need that back.
One thing, Plato, that is immediately evident to you on the ticket, just because you've been to like opera houses and stuff before in Bragg, is that it's like 112 or like 1F or something like that. It's a front row seat. It's like a very nice seat, like an absolute top tier seat to have as you look at the ticket over.
Well, I would assume the grand stage is on the higher level here. The performing spaces and businesses are up a level above the nets. If you were looking for where this was, say someone approached you and gave it to you?
Yes, another animal creature, which now I'm beginning to distrust again.
What did they look like?
They had an orange throat and a large mouth.
Stork that didn't think we were cool.
Pardon?
Yes, he barged into the bar shortly before you came in and was seeing if there was a worthy crowd to make an announcement, but found us lacking in that.
I see. Well, yes, this creature called me a model and then invited me to join their stable of women, which seemed suspicious and odd. So, of course, I accepted the invitation.
Inara, you wake up very suddenly on the bed, a little bit pale, but you feel very refreshed, awakened.
She was she lying down in the same room that this conversation is happening in?
I think I put you down on the bed in the adjacent room to have an excuse to get away from when they were first arguing. But the doorway's definitely open because I've been sort of talking through it now that we've all been having a conversation.
Yeah, she sits up, a little disoriented, doesn't exactly know which room she's in or how she got here, but she hears the argument, I'm assuming, that's going on, and so she gets up and walks over to investigate this whatever state of events we're at now.
What about you, Inara? Do you want to go to a show that Sherrilyn will be a model in?
I don't think the implication was I be a model or that I observe. Is that what this ticket implies? I am not a model. How do you model? What is that?
You walk sort of across the stage, but this is a front row ticket, prime seats. You might have been expected to do some sort of interaction. He was at least trying to impress you.
Or trick you.
Trick.
Neither of those occurred, although if I was impressed by anything, it was by the amount of gemstones this man had upon his wing, his inner coat pocket. I'm unsure at this point of the anatomy of the creature.
There are supposed to be many impressive shows in Netters Ralley. The houses here that have been built rival brag in terms of entertainment and immersion.
Well, in the face of me not getting an actual conversation or glimpse of dearest Diana, then perhaps this stable of women is the place for me to see. Perhaps she's prisoner. Perhaps the shape changer will be there.
Inara turns to Plato. It goes, "Staple of women? Is this normal for Perian?"
As I mentioned previously, courtesanship is not exactly normal in Perian, but it is possible that it is taken up here in Netters Ralley. There are many people who follows a merchant, and with them some fine brothels, I assume. But I would say probably a group of entertainers, like a circus act.
I found the word stable to be quite odd. Perhaps it was because he's an animal, or maybe there are more of those, what do you call them? Centaurs there.
Centaurs.
Maybe they are all centaurs, but I hope that that is not the case, or maybe that should be the case. I would rather Diana not be apprehended by someone who would use women in such a way, but
A show that is 8 centaurs in Sherrilyn would be very entertaining.
I have no words for you.
I meant in a circus act way.
Circus?
You know, like you're jumping between the horses and something's on fire.
Jumping between horses seems like something that we would do, but not this fire. Anyway, there is one ticket, which I will require.
Do you think you can get us in if you have just the one ticket?
I am quite persuasive, and the Pelican Man did say that he found me extremely attractive, so I could use my suave on the creature.
Everything that I thought to do in terms of follow-up to Jaron Duthwaite would have to wait until we can go to the university tomorrow morning. So this could be a good way to spend the evening, figure out what the current cultural zeitgeist of Netters Rally is.
I will be needing to wear the same attire, so if any altercations are to occur, I will be somewhat indisposed. If someone would like to carry my shield, that would be much appreciated.
Inara puts her finger to her nose and goes, "Not it."
What is that? What are you doing?
Making sure I'm not the one that carries the shield.
It looked like you're going to sneeze.
You're just putting your finger on your nose. I don't understand how that keeps you from carrying the shield.
She looks from one of you to the other and goes, "How did any of you exist in society?" And just turns and walks away to go check on Tantrum.
All right, well, the responsibility passes to you, Mr. Ardavian, and I think I will take this brilliant new weapon that we've acquired recently in the form of a stiletto, and I will tuck it into my boot.
Your ethereal stiletto. I take the shield, I guess, and strap it to my back, which is I do not like. It is quite heavy. Makes me feel like a turtle, though, so that does make me feel safe.
It is very shiny. I keep it well polished. You can see your reflection perfectly.
I don't like that. I don't like to see my reflection. I put it on my back very quickly. I always look older than I expect.
I hear the ladies enjoy that. But perhaps you're not interested in the ladies.
Just a turtle.
No, I've seen those. You look nothing like them.
Gosh, of all the creatures, I chose one that you actually know.
Real quick before we do exit, Francis is going to actually just look around the room and see if there's any other sign of like the fox, like if they left anything behind.
And now that the whole party has seen me in my underwear, I will redress myself while Sir Thon does this.
No rule here. It's a pretty simple room as you look through it. The one thing of note is that the window is just a couple inches open, as you can hear the rain louder than you expect as you walk towards that part of the room.
He looked back towards Sherrilyn. Guess not rainy in this room for you.
I had not touched the window.
I think it's safe to say that however or whoever it is, they came in through this way, though doesn't leave themselves a whole lot of room.
So then perhaps their preferred form is that of the fox or some other creature that can fly or climb through a window.
How did it leave?
The way that all foxes leave through a magical door which it summoned in the center of this room.
It's beginning to sound like a children's fairy tale.
I wish I were making it up.
Well, I guess that just means that we will have to be particularly cautious about rooms we now enter in this now unfamiliar land, even for our resident.
Trust no one and no creature.